Hello students, myself Dr. Sunil Rajoria, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department, MIET Meerut. In this lecture, I will discuss about the installation of steam traps. That means how to install the steam traps in any chemical processing industries. Here I will discuss about the installation of steam traps. In most cases, trapping problems are caused by bad installation rather than by the choice of the wrong type or faulty manufacturer. In order to ensure a trouble-free installation, there are some following careful consideration as first one is drain point, pipe sizing, air venting, steam locking, group trapping versus individual trapping, dirt, water hammer, lifting of the condensate. Now I will discuss one by one. First one is the drain point. The drain point should be arranged that the condensate can easily flow into the trap. This is not always appreciated. For example, it is useless to provide a 15 mm drain hole in the bottom of a 150 mm steam main because most of the condensate will be carried away by the steam velocity. A proper pocket at the lowest part of the pipeline into which the condensate can drop of at least 100 mm diameter is needed in such cases. Second one is pipe sizing. The pipes leading to and from steam traps should be of adequate size. This is particularly important in the case of thermodynamic traps, as I have already discussed about the thermodynamic traps in my previous lectures. This is because of their correct operation can be disturbed by excessive resistance to flow in the condensate pipework. Pipe fittings such as valves, bands and tees close to the trap will also set up excessive back pressure in certain circumstances. Third one is air venting. So air venting, when air is pumped into the trap space by the steam, the trap function ceases unless adequate provision is made for removing air either by way of the steam trap or a separate air vent. The plant may take a long time in warming up and may never give its full output. Fourth one is the steam locking. Steam locking, it is similar to air binding except that the trap is locked shut by steam instead of air. The typical example is a drying cylinder. Fifth one is the group trapping versus individual trapping. It is tempting to try and save money by connecting several units to a common steam traps as this is known group trapping as group trapping. However, it is rarely successful since it normally causes waterlogging and loss of output. It follows that the pressure at the drain outlet of a heavily loaded unit will be less than in case of one that is slightly or properly loaded. Next one is the dirt. The dirt is the common enemy of steam traps and the causes of many failures. New steam systems contain scale, castings, weld metals, piece of packing and jointly materials, etc. When the system has been in use for a while, the inside of the pipe work and fittings which is exposed to corrosive condensate can get rusted. Thus, rust in the form of a fine brown powder is also likely to be present. All this dirt will be carried out through the system by the steam and condensate until it reaches the steam trap. Next one is the water hammer. A water hammer is a steam system is caused by condensate collection in the plant or pipework picked up by the fast moving steam and carried along with it. When this collection hits obstructions such as bands, valves, steam traps or some other pipe fittings, it is likely to cause several damage to fittings and equipments and result in leaking pipe joints. The problem of water hammer can be eliminated by positioning the pipes so that there is a continuous slope in the direction of flow. Last one is the lifting the condensate. In the interest of energy and the treated water savings, every effort should be made to recover and reuse the condensate. Generally, this means lifting the condensate into a return main above the equipment. There may also be a case where the layout of the plant dictates that the steam traps be fitted above the equipment being drained. Wrong installation can lead to trouble because of the back pressure imposed upon the steam traps. It is often better not to lift the condensate directly from the trap but to let it flow by gravity to a pump or a pumping trap, which can then do the lifting. Okay, thank you.